Welcome back to another Minecraft Conquest Reforged video. I am the Kinder Knight, and in today's episode, we will be changing things up a bit. You see, I had planned to have a time-lapse of both the Tanner's Lodge as well as the town Marketstall area, and so I got about 2 hours into the build of the Tanner's Lodge when I discovered that my replay mod recorder was never turned on, and so yeah, that kind of stung, and so all that was lost. But as you see, I did manage to get the replay of the Marketstall area. It is a lot less interesting to watch, but it's what I have. So I'm gonna button it up and allow this time lapse of the Marketstalls to finish up, and I'll be back afterwards for the tour. So I hope you guys are comfy wherever you're at and enjoy. Alright, and we're back. Now, before we begin our tour of the Marketstall area, we're going to go ahead and check out the Tanner's Lodge first. Again, due to technical difficulties, I didn't have a time lapse, but I still want to go ahead and show you guys what I was able to accomplish with the Tanner's Lodge area. So, we're going to go ahead and check that out now. Alright, now, as we approach the Tanner's Lodge, if the smell and the hides hanging all around isn't a clear enough indicator, we have a sign right here that tells us that we are in fact at the Tanner's Lodge. And as you can see, there's a lot going on here inside the yard. I really want to give it a real busy feeling, like you're really able to visualize the workers and the work being done here with all the hides hanging. And here we have an alkaline tub for submerging the hides and helping the leathering process along. And here we have a beam where the tanner would drape a fresh hide to clean and dehair it. And these are the knives he would use for scraping the hide, and over here is a hide stretcher. And so now we make our way into one of the workshops. And here we have another beam with a freshly scraped or dehaired hide. And then looking up, we have some more hides just hanging around. And another tool is this beam right here in the corner. I'm not sure of what its proper name would be, but basically the tanner would drape a hide on the tilted beam, and he would stand behind it and lean over and begin to scrape the hide clean. So that's what that is, if you're wondering. Then out back we have another big tub and more hides just hanging out here. So our tanner keeps himself really busy. The workers here keep themselves really busy with plenty of hides that they are processing into leathers. So now we're gonna go along back, and here we just have a log storage where most of our villagers have to store their logs. And then back here we have an outhouse for our tanners, where they would come and use it when nature calls, and also to collect the waste and store it. I know it sounds disgusting, but the waste would have been a very valuable commodity for a medieval tanner, so not even waste would have gone to waste. And now we head into the second workshop area, and by now you probably noticed all the flies around all the tubs, and the reason for that is because the alkaline solution inside these tubs would have been made up of water, urine, and manure, so it would have a very pungent smell that would definitely attract flies. And so these jars here would contain the waste that the tanner would have acquired through barter or trade with the local villagers, and also what he would have managed to store of his own outhouse. So now we're gonna go ahead and head into the main building on this property, the tanner's house, where he eats and sleeps. We're gonna open the door and we're gonna step in, and as we enter we see it's a very simple and modest dwelling with a bit more privacy compared to the other villagers' homes, much like the blacksmith. So we're gonna go ahead and open the first door inside this house, and we come to the tanner's family's room, where this is where the tanner and his wife would sleep. They have a bed there, and over in the corner we have a small modest dresser along with a hay bed on the floor where a child or maybe a guest would sleep. We'll close this door here, and we're gonna go over here and check out this area. As you see, we have a chest for some storing some personal belongings, and then if we go in here, we have a small little pantry where we have vegetables and food stored for our family to eat. So now we're gonna make our way over into the kitchen area, and again, this is very simple, much like all the other houses so far, where we have a stove, a place where our family would sit and eat, and we have stew and bread on the table, and a keg of ale here. So very simple. So now we're gonna go ahead and go up this ladder here to the top, and as you see, we have some more little beds of hay laying about, and this is maybe where the tanner apprentices would stay and sleep. And you see we have some bags, or maybe they keep some personal belongings in these bags. And if we cross over this little bridge, we come to some more storage where the tanner would store some more skins and hides and just other materials. And so that's pretty much it of the tanner's house, the tanner's lodge. Very simple, very basic, but again, compared to the other villagers, the tanners have a lot more because they have a very important trade. Although it's a dirty, smelly trade, it's very lucrative and very important. So we come over here and we come to this big mound of funk and filth with all the flies, and we are right next to the butcher barn. So the butcher would sell exclusive rights to the tanner to be able to purchase the manure or waste products that come from his livestock animals. And so I added this here just to add a bit of story and a bit of detail, because again, waste would have been seen as very valuable to a tanner. It played a huge part in how he made his living, and although it might not have been the most desirable job, it did allow the tanner to live quite a comfortable life. And over here we have another house. We're not gonna have time to look inside of it, but I just want to show you guys. Over here we have some storage for our logs, and you know, it has roof to keep the logs dry, And then over here, we have another outhouse. And I've added quite a bit of those outhouses around this settlement. So now it's time to go ahead and head into the market square area. And as in our last video, our granaries are here. And so we're gonna go ahead and make our way this way, and we come to this big building, our barn. And now this place here would serve the purpose for farmers and cattlemen that have lost or had cattle stolen, or maybe they were eaten by wolves or bears, or maybe a stud has been injured or fallen ill and died, and they need a replacement. So during a fair, they would be able to come here and purchase those replacement animals. It would have been very important for a herdsman to maintain his livestock. Not only would some of the animals serve as food, but also they would play an important role in plowing and also hauling and moving heavy loads, which would help the farmer out tremendously. And so we move on. And now we come to our markets area, and I really love the feel of this place. I think I really accomplished what I set out to do. I think it feels really immersive, really engaging, and you can really visualize the kinds of people that would be here walking about through the streets. And here we have our first stand, our last stand, depending on which way you approach the market. And this will be where maybe the tanner's wife will come during the day to sell the surplus of skins and hides. And right here we have a big tub of sheep wool or fleece, where maybe this is where you can come. You can sell fleece, or you can even buy fleece along with other skins and hides that they may sell here. And here is where the townspeople would come to buy their charcoal, namely the blacksmith and baker, but generally everyone. He doesn't have a stand because he operates right out of his cart. He brings to town to sell what he thinks would be efficient for the day. And then when it's time to close up, he'll pack up what's left and haul it back to the charcoal burner village. So here we come to our spice and herb stall, and here is where our villagers can come and buy spices and seasonings, as well as seeds to plant in their own gardens. And as you can see, there's plenty of seeds and spices on display, and maybe the proprietor of this stand promises if you buy their seeds that you will have a particularly strong crop this harvest. So we're gonna move on, and we come to the baker's stall, and this is where our baker's wife would come to sell the bread of the week. And this would make it very convenient for our villagers because they would not have to walk way across town to buy their bread. They could just come here to the market stall and buy the special bread of the week. And here, our merchant at this stall, they would sell the pottery and pots that our townspeople would use to cook in or store liquid and all types of things, as well as food. And so obviously pottery plays a very big part of a medieval person's life. They'll probably need to replace quite a bit over their lifespan, so they will come there. And here we just have another stand where we have fresh produce on display, as well as over here where they're also selling some of the fresh produce from their garden. And maybe these two stalls are competing with each other, or maybe they're partners, so we don't know. But we're gonna go ahead and move down here, and we come to the herbalist. So this would be the town's medicine man or medicine woman or witch doctor, however you want to view it. And you would come here, and if you have aches or pains or stomach ache or flu symptoms, our herbalist here with their vast knowledge could brew you a potion for whatever ails you. And so along with potions and concoctions, the herbalist would also sell the raw ingredients as well, which is why we see these herbs hanging along with these jars that are all set out containing crushed herbs and plants. along with a few vials of Roosshire Remedy, which promises to give you the vitality back where you lack. And then we come to the final stall, where there is no goods placed out yet. I'm still thinking of what exactly this town would need or what this town would sell. Again, I want to make it make sense, so I don't want to just add anything to that. But anyways, that's pretty much it, you guys. That's the video. And if you made it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This place is really coming together. It's really wrapping up. I'm really happy with how it's looking. It's still a lot of details to add here and there, mostly off-camera work, but I think in a few videos we'll be wrapping this up. So I think in the next video, we're gonna go ahead and add the cathedral, and it'll be located up near the castle itself. And so that'll be the last major structure added to this place. So yeah, we're really wrapping this place up. This has been really fun, and I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys are inspired, and I hope I was able to provide you guys with some inspiration. But as always, if you enjoy this type of content and you would like to see more, please consider subscribing and join that Knight Army. Give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on that red notification button so you don't miss any future Minecraft Conquest Reforged videos. Drop a comment below, let me know what you think of the progress so far, and let me know if I forgot something that I should have added to this place. This has been the Kinder Knight from Roostonshire, and I bid you a farewell.